Hi, this is Andy Fox with the StAHR News 2015. This is StAHR's project for the year where we kids go to the ICTV building and perform some stories for you. Here's Megan with 5th graders' iPads.
Hey folks, breaking news. The 5th graders at Robert J. Elkington Middle School have received iPads for the first time. Here are some exclusive interviews with some of the teachers and students. Hi, my name is Megan Walsh and I'm here with Mr. Ryan Siegley to interview him about the 5th grade iPads. So, Mr. Siegley, what do you think was the main reason that ISD 318 got iPads?
You know, I think there were probably a lot of reasons why our district decided to go with iPads. We wanted to give kids opportunities, and the amount of opportunities that iPads provide are really limitless. They provide a lot of personalized learning opportunities for our kids, and they also create some good engagement for our kids. So I guess the big answer to that is that it is a tool for our kids to use that is probably more 21st century than what we've ever had in our classrooms before.
Do the students learn well with the iPads?
They do. You know, it's a lot like any other thing that you would do in a classroom. Some students are more suited to learning with iPads. Some students are more suited to learning in other ways. And so, you know, as a teacher, what we do is we pick and choose what we use our iPads for, and we decide what's going to be effective, and we use them accordingly. Some things on the iPad will be great for some kids, and some things on the iPads will not be. And so, as a teacher, we kind of we gauge what we need to do with our kids, and then we go from there.
So, are the iPads more a nuisance than a helper?
No, not at all. I don't see them as being a nuisance at all. We kind of like I was talking about. We kind of have to decide how we're going to use them, and then once we've made that decision, they're not a nuisance. They're a 100% effective tool if we're using them the right way.
Are the students mature enough for the iPads?
Yeah, they are. You know, one of the cool things that our schools provided is this class called Digital Citizenship, and my class had a whole quarter geared towards learning how to use these iPads appropriately. And so I think being mature is one of those things that we help them along the way, and so then they learn how to act responsibly with these iPads. They learn what they can do and what they should not do with them. And so for the most part, our kids have really responded to that. And if we're just being very deliberate in the way that they're learning how to use them, maturity really doesn't have a factor in the use of them.
Do the students misuse the iPads?
You know, over the course of the year, students misuse iPads, they misuse pencils, they misuse notebooks, and so it goes back to how are we teaching them how to use them. And so a large part of the time, the iPads are being used the way that they should be used. We have some policy in place where if they have been misused, there will be consequences, and kids understand that. And because they love their iPads, they tend to not break the rules. And so we find that we don't have a lot of problem with kids misusing them. A lot of times you just got to trust the kids too, and once you've told them something that you expect, they'll follow through.
Do you have any more thoughts you would like to share about the iPads?
You know, the iPads have been a unique addition to the classroom, and I would say that it has enhanced my teaching, and I really truly believe it's made me a better teacher. I watch the kids in the class, and I watch how they've responded to the activities that they're using the iPads for, and I see engagement increase. I see students' participation increase. A lot of times we're using the iPads to give kids a voice that don't necessarily have that voice or that confidence to use their voice in the classroom. Another thing that I've noticed is just the individualized way that the iPad allows for you to teach and to learn. And kids are doing and creating like they never have before. While it's been a great thing, it's just a tool. It's something that we use to enhance learning. And our bottom line is that our kids learn, and it's not that they're using an iPad, it's not that they're using a book, it's that they're learning. And so if the iPad is a way that we can do that, then more power to us.
Hi, I'm from Nebraska, and I'm interviewing Miss Gibbons about the iPads for the 5th graders. What do you think the main reason was that ISD 318 got the iPads?
I think the reason that they got the iPads is so that all the students could be on a level playing field for the technology. Not everyone has the technology at home to be able to use, and this brought so everybody has something to use for technology.
Has there been any problems with the iPads yet?
The beginning of the year, it was a little more stressful. Some of the things, we didn't have all the kinks worked out. Now things are going real well as far as not having any major issues, and we just need to make sure that the kids keep following the rules to keep the iPads in good shape.
Does using the iPads require any special training?
Training for myself, I took some classes on how to use them, and I'm always trying to get training for myself. And then with the students, we're constantly teaching them how to use different apps, how to use the different features of the iPad to make them successful on them.
Do your students appear to enjoy using the iPads?
Yes, they do seem to be enjoy using them. They like playing games on them especially, but that's only during limited times where they get to have free time and choose what they're doing.
Do you have any more thoughts that you would like to share?
I'm glad the district supported them. I think it's really helped the students a lot to be able to use the technology and feel that they are at the same level that kids are across the state.
Great. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thanks for that great report, Megan. Second up is Kyle Penners with the weather.
Thank you, Andy. The weather in Minnesota may be chilly, but the weather in 2015 is going to be from the high 70s to the low 80s. But it may rain every day, but only in trace amounts. Now, the hot topic for weather this year is global warming. I went to Antarctica to explain this.
This is Kyle Penners reporting from Antarctica. I'm here to tell you about global warming. The main cause of global warming is the burning of fossil fuels. The exhaust is trapped in the atmosphere. Heat is let in, but isn't let out. This causes the Earth to slowly warm up. This is a problem, not just for the polar ice caps, but for the rest of the continents. If the polar ice caps melt, it could flood the rest of the world. We haven't reached that point yet. We could even run out of fossil fuels. Technology could also improve by then. This has been Kyle Penners signing off.
Thanks for the great weather report, Kyle. Third is Mackenzie Berkey with the Space Camp Adventure.
This summer, one of RJEMS's own students will be attending Space Camp put on by NASA for a whole week. Here's more from Megan Walsh now.
Here I am with Megan now. So Megan, where's Space Camp going to be?
Huntsville, Alabama.
What did you have to do to get in?
I had to submit an essay 600 to 900 words long to the Greek Partnership Society. The topic was on how space exploration has changed my life.
About how many people get in?
Only one person gets the scholarship and 19 others can get in if they pay.
What are you going to be doing there?
I will be in a zero-gravity room, repair shuttles, simulate launches, and experience many other activities throughout the camp.
What are you looking forward to most?
The gift shop.
How are you feeling about Space Camp?
I'm extremely excited for the camp, and I'm glad I got the opportunity to participate in it.
Thank you, Megan. NASA is also busy with other projects. NASA is about to celebrate a successful landing of spacecraft Messenger, which is about to land on and explore Mercury. There you have it. Enjoy Space Camp, Megan. This is Mackenzie Berkey signing off.
Thanks for that space-tastic story, Mackenzie. Fourth is Garrett Beckridge with the new rock wall.
Hello, the Grand Rapids Middle School just added a new rock wall to the Phi-Ed curriculum. One of the middle school teachers, Mr. Johnson, says that the rock wall was added to increase the curriculum of the Phi-Ed class. Here's Mr. Johnson with the rock wall now. Mr. Johnson, you're one of the Phi Ed teachers here at the middle school that decided to purchase the rock wall. Why did you choose to purchase this traverse rock wall, which goes from left to right, rather than selecting one that climbers try to go higher up in the air?
The main reason that we went with a traverse climbing wall instead of a vertical one is the safety factor. We can run this traverse climbing wall with kids without having to have belay ropes and big harnesses coming from the ceiling. So it's a much safer situation for people to work with.
Okay. Is there any obstacles or anything else besides just the rocks that you can put on this wall?
Yes, we have hula hoops that attach to the wall. The kids have to crawl through those. We have pipes that also attach, come out, and then the kids either have to go over the pipe or underneath, depending on how we set up the course.
Okay, so is there any difficulty level, or do they just have to try to make it across it?
Well, the very easiest one would be a student using any color rock that they want to as they go across. And then it gets more difficult as we combine certain colors or we eliminate other colors. So the most difficult one would be only using the red rocks. That's the hardest challenge on the wall.
Okay, thank you. Once the students climb the rock wall and they may decide that they want to pursue rock climbing at a more national or global scale, they can join a rock climbing association. The American Safe Climbing Association is an association that promotes safe climbing. They go around and replace deteriorating rock anchors and ropes. They also have a grading scale. It's called the U.S. grade scale. It grades your climb from a 1 to 7. 1 being a climb that just takes a couple of hours, and a 7 being a climb that is extreme in a remote location. Pretty much if you get hurt, you're out of luck. Really tall mountains, and it takes multiple days. That's definitely for more veteran climbers.
Thanks, Garrett, for that rocking story. Fifth up is Bryn Prochaska with an archery update.
Thanks, Andy. Recently, the RGMS middle school team got first in state for archery, and now it's going to nationals. Here's Jenna Wurzel and Sarah Porter more with the story.
This is Sarah Porter reporting from Louisville, Kentucky on the NASP National Archery Tournament. On May 6th, some of the high school and middle school archers will be going to Kentucky to compete in nationals. Teams from across North America will be attending and shooting at over 300 targets. This tournament may break the world record of most participants in an archery event. The Thunderhawks will be heading down on a coach bus, competing, attending a baseball game, and receiving their awards. If the team qualifies, they could possibly go to the world competition. The team has a very good chance of being in the top 10 during nationals and possibly going to worlds. Now some interviews from students on the middle school team. Leighton Byers, Bryn Prochaska, and Garrett Breckrich.
What are your feelings about nationals so far?
I'm really excited because this is my first year in archery, and this is the first opportunity I've had to go, and I'm excited that I've gotten this chance.
What do you like about archery?
I like the supportiveness of the team and all the coaches, and it feels like one big family, really.
How do you think you'll place?
That's really hard to tell.
As a team, do you think you'll do good?
As a team, I think we'll do really good.
That's good. What are your feelings about nationals so far?
I'm really excited to be able to go. This is my 4th year, and I had an opportunity 2 years ago, but I didn't quite qualify. So this is really exciting. Actually,
are you nervous at all?
Not really. I kind of got used to it after a while.
That's good. How do you think you'll place as a team and as an individual?
As a team, we're aiming for first, but to be honest, I don't think we're going to get quite first, but probably second or third, since we're a good team.
What do you like about archery?
I like how it's a team sport, and they're always supporting you no matter what. And that basically the team is like a giant family that we always, I don't know, it's just awesome.
Thanks, Sarah and Jenna. That story was really on target. 6th is Alex Nader with a story on track.
Recently, track has been in full swing, and we've been lucky enough to score a couple of interviews with the track team.
I'm Ben Johnson here with Grant Hagernis.
Thanks for having me, Ben.
No problem. I was just going to ask Grant a few questions about track. Okay, let's get on with it. Grant, what's your favorite part about track?
The track meets. It shows you how far you progressed, and they're a lot of fun.
And how do you like the coaches?
Coaches are awesome. Coach Braun is the JV track coach, and he's a lot of fun.
What events do you normally do?
I normally do the 100, 200, 400, and 4x1.
So you obviously like sprinting. Do you like long distance?
Yeah, yes. I do. Sometimes I do long distance in track, but normally I do my long distance like marathons and 5Ks, or half marathons and 5Ks in the fall.
And what's just the all-around experience of track? Is it good for you, bad for you?
Yeah, it helps a lot with other sports because it makes you faster.
And would you recommend track to
Yes, it's a lot of fun and you get faster.
Hello, this is Ben Johnson here to tell you about the track and field events in the 2016 Olympic Games. Next year's Olympic Games are going to be in Rio, and the track and field portion will have around 300 less people than the 2012 Olympics in London. Only 2,000 people from around the world will be able to participate in track and field events, making it much harder to qualify. The man to watch in these games and in the last ones, Usain Bolt will be competing in the 100 meter, the 200 meter, and the 4x100 meter races. This is Ben Johnson signing off.
Let's all thank Alex for that report. I'd say he really hit the ground running. Lastly is Jaden and I's story on the MCA testing.
Recently, our school has done MCA testing, and we talked to a few of the students and teachers and whether or not they think we should do paper and pencil testing or computer testing.
As you know, my name is Andy Fox, and I'm here to talk about testing. I surveyed some 8th grade students on whether they liked computer tests or paper tests better. 62% of people said they liked paper tests more, while 38% favor computer tests. We asked Carter Pohl what his thoughts were on the test. His only comment was on the math test. Quote, "I used to hate math, but then I realized decimals have a point." Now over to Jaden on Test Rebels.
Miss Lettinen, an 8th grade art teacher, and we're going to be interviewing her about testing and whether she prefers computer or paper testing more. So, do you think paper and pencil testing or computer testing is better, and why?
I do think the route we're on in this day and age, that computer is probably going to be the way to go. Why? Because it's faster for the students to take the test, so they don't have to be wired into that test as long. They can go on to their other core or encore classes. And then also just the feedback, the assessment part of it is faster, they're graded faster, so you get your results back a lot quicker, which students would want to know, parents would want to know faster as well.
Okay, thank you. And do you think students are being tested too much or not enough, and why?
Yes, they are tested too much. Why or not enough? I would say they're tested too much, and why I feel that they are already tested in their regular classes quite often to know the content, and whether it's English, science, math, and then to have on top of that the state and national mandated tests is just way too much. I feel that it needs to go back to the schools in the state, and all this trying to line schools from this state to that state, kind of too much in my opinion.
Okay, and do you think the program we used this year, there was a couple of glitches with the system. Do you think it's worth it to go on the computer compared to using paper and pencil testing, which
Sure.
never messes up?
Sure. Yeah, I think in the ideal world, if the computer stuff was obsolete, and I feel that every year it's getting better and better, I feel that it's still the right direction to go computer for the pros that we get from it. It is unfortunate though, when the computer things don't work, and we always need to have a plan B until we work out those kinks here in the future.
Thank you, that's all we have.
Hi, I'm Andy Fox, and I'm here with Jenna Worsel, an 8th grade RGEM student, and I'm going to ask her some questions about testing. So, Jenna, do you like paper or computer testing and more, and why?
I actually kind of like paper better because after each section you get a break because you have to wait for all the other people. But say you're doing computer, then the teachers make you go on to the next one, and then my brain hurts.
What do you think is the most stressful thing about testing?
I always worry about my future, so then it's what if I totally bomb this? Then you're gonna just fail at life, and then it's gonna be terrible. So that's what I always think, but then I always succeed, so it's all good.
Do you feel like you're getting tested too much or not enough?
I feel like we could be tested more, not that I want to be,
but like, I think it's a good amount so far. Maybe a little less language arts because that's so easy and it's boring. But yeah.
Thank you. Thanks, Jaden, for that story on testing. This concludes our episode of StAHR News. You could really say we're the stars of the show. Thanks for watching!
Jazz hands.